Friends, welcome to chemistry online classes. Already we had a discussion regarding ionic bonding. Today we are going to discuss some examples of ionic bonding, that is formation of aluminum trichloride compound. So if you want to get the any ionic compound, we must require metal and another must be required non-metal. See here, first of all let us talk about formation of cation. So metals will form the cation here. So in these two elements, aluminum is called metal, chlorine is called non-metal. So this aluminum ready to lose the electron to form the cation. So let us write here aluminum. Its atomic number 13. Let us write its electronic configuration, that is 2, 8, 3. So this is shell method to write electronic configuration. This its electronic configuration can be written in orbital method also, that is 3s2 3p1. So let us see here, if you observe keenly, aluminium atomic number 13. Aluminium atomic number 13 means it is very near to which noble gas? Neon. So neon atomic number 10 here. So it's, if you see here, its electronic configuration 2, 8. Now see here, each and every metal try to lose the electrons to get nearest to noble gas electronic configuration. So therefore, now in its valence shell, how many electrons are here? This is the first shell. Aluminum is having in its first shell 2 electron. In its second shell, it has 8 electron. In its third shell, 3 electrons are here. But similarly here also, if you talk about noble gas neon, in its first shell 2 electrons are here. Now in its second shell, it has 8 electrons. Now total number of electrons, if you count here, 2 plus 8, 10 electrons. Now aluminum is very near to this noble gas, means this aluminum also try to acquire this noble gas configuration by losing these 3 electrons, because in aluminum total electrons 2 plus 8, 8 plus 3, total is equal to 13 electrons. Noble gas is having 10 electron. Therefore, it is having 3 extra electron. If it is losing these 3 extra electrons, then aluminum turns into neon gas configuration. Then aluminum is attaining stability. Now see here, let us talk about aluminum. So it is losing 3 electrons here. So these electrons lost from its valence shell. After losing 3 electrons, this aluminum converts into Al3 plus. Now these 3 electrons gone. 3 electrons gone means how many electrons left over here? 2, 8, 0. So 2, 8, 0 I have written. So in its valence shell electrons are not there, means we cannot consider it is a valence shell. The next shell becomes valence shell. So therefore 2, 8. Now in this second shell is the valence shell. Now let us see here, 2 plus 8, 10 electrons. This 10 is equal to this neon gas configuration. Now these 3 electrons are nothing but valence electron. So in this orbital method electronic configuration, this is the valence shell. Now these 3 electrons lost means here these 3 electrons has gone. What is left here? Neon left. So that we need to write here neon. So therefore in this manner, aluminum is attaining stability by acquiring nearest to noble gas configuration. Now let us talk about formation of anion. See here. So in this formation of anion, let us see here. In this, what is non-metal? Chlorine is the non-metal, because anion will be formed by only non-metal. So in this non-metal chlorine, how many chlorines are here? With the same number we need to write here. 3 chlorines means 3 chlorine I have written here. Chlorine atomic number 17. Let us write its electronic configuration. Then 2, 8, 7. Now, all the nonmetals are electronegative in nature, so therefore it is gaining electrons to converting into anion. Now, see here, how it is gaining electrons means whatever the electrons lost by aluminium, the same number of electrons gained by this chlorine or this aluminium is transferring these 3 electrons to chlorine. Then chlorine turns into Cl, 3 electrons, then chlorine turns into 3Cl minus. Okay, now see here, actually why it is gaining electron means chlorine atomic number 17. Now each and every metal try to acquire the nearest noble gas configuration. Chlorine is very near to which noble gas? Argon, because argon atomic number 18. So this electronic configuration 2 comma 8 comma 8. If you count here total 2 plus 8 10, 10 plus 8 18. So total electrons are 18. Now 18 electrons means that is argon. So here also actually total number of chlorines how many are here? 3 chlorines. Now 2 plus 8 10, 10 plus 7, 17. One electron will be less. Now in order to get how many electrons are needed to converting into 8 here in its valence shell to get the octet or total electron 18. So one electron is needed. So therefore it is taking one electron from this one. One chlorine will take one electron. Total 3 chlorines means 3 electrons will be gained by chlorine. It turns into 3Cl minus. See here, in its valence shell, here 2 electrons, here 8 electrons. After gaining 1 electron, it turns into 2 comma 8 comma 8. Now right now this configuration is argon. So therefore it becomes stable by gaining, each chlorine is gaining 1 electron. It will be acquiring the nearest noble gas configuration, that is argon. Now see here, cation formation is over, anion formation is over, then both will be interacting each other. See here, that is Al3 plus again Cl minus. Actually I have written here aluminium stable, here Cl minus anion also stable here. But why they are combining each other means here, now aluminium is having plus 3 charge, chlorine is having minus 1 charge. So wherever the charges are present, there is a existence of Coulombic force or electrostatic attractive force if it is unlike charges. Now electrostatic forces are the two types are there: electrostatic attractive forces, electrostatic repulsive forces. Here plus charge minus charge, if charges are unlike, electrostatic attractive force is operating here. Now what is ionic bond means? The electrostatic attractive force which is holding the cation and anion together to form a stable molecule, that is called ionic compound. Now see here, this is regarding AlClO3 compound and its formation, how it is acquiring the stability. Just now we have discussed. Let's talk about one more compound, that is sodium oxide Na2O. Sodium oxide compound we have to discuss now. So similarly, how we have discussed here, in the same manner we are going to discuss this also. That is first formation of cation. So cation means here metal will form the cation. Therefore directly I am writing over here sodium. Its atomic number 11. Electronic configuration 2 comma 8 comma 1. Then neon. Then 3s1. Right. Now sodium is very near to neon gas configuration. Okay, neon noble gas. So it try to acquire the nearest noble gas, that is neon. So therefore in its valence shell it is having one extra electron. Therefore it will be losing. Then it turns into Na plus 1 electron for 1 sodium. But actually in the given compound, how many sodiums they have given? 2 sodiums. but whenever we are taking during the time itself, we need to take the two sodiums. One sodium losing one electron, two sodiums losing how many electron? Two electron. So two electrons losing, the two sodiums are two Na plus ions are forming. So after losing this electron only losing here in order to get the nearest noble gas configuration, that is neon. So this is also valence shell. This is also valence shell. Therefore, it turns into 2,8. 2,8 is nothing but neon. Therefore, it becomes stable. Right? Now, let us talk about formation of anion. Formation of anion. So in this formation of anion, in this what is anion? Oxygen. That I am writing here, oxygen. Its atomic number, we know that 8. Electronic configuration 2, 6. Now here how many electrons sodium lost here? How many electron lost here? 2 electron. These 2 electrons, the sodium is transferring to this oxygen. So the same number of electrons it is gaining here. Then as a result of that, here in its valence shell, how many electrons are here? 6. To get the octet configuration are 8 electrons in its valence shell. How many less? 2 less. Therefore, these 2 electrons are gained by this oxygen. Then it turns into O2 minus, right? So this becomes 2, 8. So 2, 8 valence shell octet configuration it attained here. Total electron 2 plus 8. Total 10 electron, that is equal to neon gas configuration. Therefore, it became stable. Now see here, this is regarding anion formation. This is regarding cation formation. After forming both of these, they are going to interact each other. So therefore, this interaction Cl Na plus again O minus 2 or 2 minus. Now these will be wherever the point charges are there, here plus 1 charge, here minus 2 charge, these charges will be interacting each other. Now if you want to write its formula, we should write according to crisscross method. Okay. Now the formula writing methods are applicable. This crisscross method is applicable only for ionic compounds to write their respective formulae. Now see here, this whatever the sodium is here, you need to write sodium. Okay. Now whatever oxygen is here, oxygen you need to write. Now this subscript, this whatever the minus 2 number is here, this number should be written as subscript. This whatever the plus 1 is here, this should be written here subscript. Okay. Now irrespective of the charge, only we need to take the magnitude only. Here plus 1 coming, here minus 2 is nothing but no meaning of plus 1 and minus 2. Simply we need to write this kind of numbers. So by combining both of these, we will get sodium oxide Na2O. Okay. Now this is regarding how the ionic compounds are forming. We have discussed in a great detail. Right now we are getting to the electrovalency. Electrovalency. The number of electrons of an atom, or the number of electrons an atom either loses or gains, that is known as electrovalency. Suppose if I am talking about directly, I am taking AlCl3 compound. This after splitting, this can be written here Al3 plus 3 Cl minus. Here plus 3 represents what? 3 electrons lost by aluminium. Therefore, its electrovalency 3. Okay. Now this aluminium gains how many electrons? 1 electron. Therefore, its electrovalency 1. So how can we define electrovalency? Means the number of electron an atom either loses or gains. Such property is known as electrovalency of an element. So generally this electrovalency term can be defined only for ionic compounds but not for covalent compound. Neon is favorable conditions for the formation of ionic bond. Now see here, first of all, cation formation. Next to anion formation. Now cation formation, how cation will be forming here. So I will list out all the points, then I will explain in a great detail each one. So first one, large atomic size. Large atomic size. Next here, low or less ionization potential or less electron affinity. Now in this third point need to describe here, low charge or less charge on cation. Now see here, fourth point, cation with inert gas configuration. Cation with inert gas configuration. Now see here, in this case, if you want to get the anion formation, here first point, small atomic size. Small atomic size. Here more ionization potential or electron affinity. Third point, low charge on anion. Fourth point, anions with inert gas configuration. Inert gas configuration. So these things we will discuss one by one. See here, suppose how these factors will be favorable to form the ionic bond. Let us discuss one by one. Now see here, suppose I am writing over here, this is n is equal to 1 first shell, n is equal to second shell, 1 atom. Now suppose one more atom I am taking over here, this is n is equal to 1, n is equal to, this is n is equal to 3. 3 shells are here. Now the electrons are present in the second shell here, the electrons are present in the third shell. The electrostatic force of attraction is inversely proportional to distance square. Therefore, it is very close to nucleus, means nucleus attraction more, because its atomic size less. If atomic size less means nucleus attraction more. Nucleus attraction more means if you want to remove the electron, more energy should be contributed, then more will be the IP. Because what is meant by ionization potential? The amount of energy required to remove an electron from valence shell of gaseous neutral atom is called ionization potential. Now if you talk about this, here how many shells are present? 3 shells. As the number of shells increases, atomic size increases. Atomic size increases means here nucleus attraction decreases on the valence shell electrons. If nucleus attraction on the valence shell decreases, electron can be removed very easily. Because less attraction, less energy should be required to remove the electron, then less is the ionization potential. Therefore, in order to form cation, atomic size should be large atomic size, then only cation will be forming very easily. And one more thing, less ionization potential will be, how it will be just now I explained you there. Now low charge on the cation, because here this you can write here. Suppose aluminium Al3 plus less than again Mg2 plus less than Na plus. Okay. Now charge more will be there. Then first ionization potential. First time if you want to remove the electron, in case of Mg2 plus we have taken. If you want to remove one electron, it will form Mg plus 1 easily. Second time if you want to remove one more electron, it is most difficult to remove one more electron. Next, inert gas configuration. If you want to talk about this one, so generally two types of inert gas configurations we will discuss here. One is called inert gas configuration. One more is called pseudo inert gas configuration. So what is meant by pseudo inert gas configuration? Let us see here. If you take calcium, then its configuration 1s2, 2s2, then 2p6, then 3s2, then 3p6, then 4s2. Okay, here 2 plus 2 4, 4 plus 6 10, 10 18 20. So 20 electrons means this I am writing here in terms of shells. Okay, now this is valence shell, then 2 comma 8 comma 8 comma 2. See here in this, if you are this 2 electrons removal is very easy to converting into cation, then it is going to get 2U Cu2 Ca2 plus. Then after this it is going to get argon configuration, then it becomes stable. Okay, from this we understand inert gas containing species are more stable. See here, this is very easily forming to get the octet configuration in its valence shell. But let us talk about zinc here. Zinc atomic number 30. This electronic configuration, if you write here, 1s2, 2s2, then 2p6, then 3s2, 3p6, again 4s2, again this is 3d10. Okay. Now if you remove these 2 electrons from this, now you can let us remove this. After removal of this in this configuration, this can be written in shell method. This also included, 3D also counted under here only. Now this one. Okay. Now this will be included in this. Now let us write 2 comma here 6 plus 2. It becomes 8. Here 8. Okay. Now here how many electrons are here? This is the this becomes 18. Again it becomes 2. Right. Now after removal of these 2 electrons, this will be going means in its valence shell it is going to get, after removal of these 2 electrons, it is going to get 2 comma 8 comma 18. So 2 comma 8 comma 18 means here in its valence shell 18 electrons are there. This is called pseudo inert gas configuration. Now relative to pseudo inert gas configuration, now inert gas configuration species are more stable. It will be forming very easily. Now see here. So this is what is meant by pseudo inert gas configuration. Some d block elements are having the tendency to possess 18 electrons in their valence shell. That is known as pseudo inert gas configuration. That will be more stable relative to normal zinc atom. Okay, let us discuss about favorable condition for anion formation. Let us discuss. Now, in order to form, what is meant by anion? Anion means negatively charged species are known as anions. So, how do we get the negatively charged species? Means by gaining electrons. So, by gaining electrons, anions are forming. So, if you, in order to get the anion very easily, atomic size should be less. This is one atom. Here, this is another atom. Suppose this is the first shell, second shell, third shell. Here n is equal to 1 first shell, second shell. So in this, suppose this is the valence shell. Now this is here valence shell. Here far away from the nucleus, this is close to nucleus. Now atomic size, this is having less atomic size, it is having more atomic size. Now in order to form anion, it should take the electrons. Now, which one will be taking the electron very easily? This can accept the electron very easily. This can accept the electron very easily. So, in fact, this will be attracting the electron very easily because your nucleus is, this valence shell is very close to this nucleus. So, therefore, so it is distance between nucleus and valence shell less only. Less means this can be, whenever if you are giving one electron, very easily grabbing here to form the anion. But here distance between nucleus and valence electron more. If you want to give the electron to this valence shell, nucleus attraction less. nucleus attraction less means, so it is not easily attracting electron, not easily, it is not taking the electron. Therefore, it is not taking easily electron means it doesn't form so easily anion formation. In order to form anion, we must require atomic size must be small. If atomic size is small, so valency shell is very close to nucleus. If it is it is close to nucleus means nucleus attraction more on the valency electron. If you give the electron, it will be very speedily it will be attracting or taking. But whereas in case of large atomic size, distance between nucleus and valence electron more, it is not so easily accepting the electron to form the anion. This is regarding anion formation. Second condition in this anion formation, so this should have the less charge should be possessing here. What is the less charge or more ionization potential it is having here? Why it is having more ionization potential means actually anion is the very small only. Anion is when anion is forming, when atomic size is small, anion will be forming very easily. In this, if you want to remove the electron, IP values will be of course more only. Now let us talk about charge. Charge should be less only, because if you take F minus, again you need to take here, this is O minus 2, again N minus 3. So this generally the negative charged containing species are unstable. So these are try to lose the electrons here. So generally this will be unstable in nature. So therefore the less negatively charged species are more stable, because if you add the one time electron, it will be easily accepting electron. Second time also, in order to get minus 2, if you want to add one more electron, it is going to get the minus 2. Second time if you want to add here, between this valency electron and upcoming electron, some repulsions will be coming here. So therefore the less charged anion formation is very easy than the more charged anion. This is regarding anion formation. Now let us discuss about inert gas configuration. Now suppose if you take the oxygen, its electronic configuration 2, 6. Now it's converting into nearest noble gas configuration, it will be taking 2 electrons. So it is taking 2 electrons means then it is going to get 2, 8. So this is called, it is getting inert gas configuration very easily. So these are the factors which are favors to form the cation and anion.